Unresolved problem segment tonight, national security versus spying on America. Yesterday, the House voted 217 to 205 to defeat a proposal that would have reined in the National Security Agency. Close vote, obviously, but the issue's still red hot. Should the feds be spying on American citizens? With us now, Brad Tharr, author of the big new best-selling novel, Hidden Order. So you write a lot about national security, and how do you come down on this NSA thing?
Well, I've got a problem with guys like Bradley Manning giving stuff to WikiLeaks and Snowden giving stuff to the Guardian newspaper. I think if you've got an item that you think is that hot, you can find people somewhere in your chain of command or even in Congress that can help you do something.
And I agree. And we had somebody on here, attorney, who actually takes those things on. I agree those guys went out of the loop and they deserve what they get.
Absolutely.
But when you have a national security agency shrouded in secrecy, part of your job to write best-selling novels is to research, right?
Absolutely.
Do you know if these guys are reading emails?
Oh, listen, the stuff that Snowden has uncovered, Bill, is only the tip of the iceberg. And the things that they have in the pipeline, the technology they want to bring online, is actually terrifying. You know, in 1975, we had Senator Frank Church warn us on Meet the Press that if the NSA ever takes its giant listening ears and turns them in on the people of the United States, it'll be a surveillance Rubicon from which there will be no turning back. And what happened after 9/11? The NSA turned those big ears in on all of us.
Do you think they're actually reading private emails now?
No, I think they're storing them. Now, we saw Pete King this morning say that they only keep them for 5 years. My thing would be but here's the deal.
5 years?
The IRS can't even keep tax returns quiet.
Well, that's enough time for Snowden to go in and read everybody's
Absolutely.
email, right?
I would rather see private companies, Verizon, AOL, Google, get tax breaks to build bigger server farms, have them hold on to them, and then if the feds want access to your email or mine, they've got to get a judge to sign off on a warrant, and they go to the private company. That seems to be the
logical well. So right now, I just want to be clear on this. In your research realm, the NSA, they collect data on when calls are made and to where they go, but they don't listen to the calls, right? Unless they get a warrant.
Or there's certain things that trigger the listening to a call. If there's certain things that pop up in the...
They can get a warrant after the fact if it's a cell phone right then and there.
There's even an emergency letter they can write themselves.
But they're not listening to your call when you call your publisher and like that.
No, but they're recording them. They're keeping all of that.
Well, when you say recording, they're not recording your actual voice. They're recording when you made the call and to whom it went.
That's the metadata. They are collecting the metadata. I believe from the people I've talked to that the actual calls are being stored as well, which is why the
voice calls?
That's why the NSA...
So they're recording everybody?
The people I've talked to have told me that everything, all of your digital exhaust is being recorded, which is why they outgrew the facility in Fort Meade.
I'm computer illiterate. I gotta get you on a record here. So if I pick up my cell phone and I talk to somebody, you're saying that call's being recorded and stalled?
That's what I believe. From the people I've talked to, that's what I believe is happening.
But that'd be almost impossible. There's billions and billions of calls.
That's why they outgrew the facility in Fort Meade, Maryland, and had to build that huge thing out in Utah. What do you think they're keeping there?
How sure are you that recorded conversations from regular folks are being stored?
I can't be completely sure because I don't work there. I just know that sources I've spoken with believe that's happening. That would be the biggest
scandal. I can't imagine if that were happening. Now, emails, that's cyberspace. So if you're going to put something in writing, that's, you can grab it. But just a casual phone call, you really think they're being recorded and stored, huh?
The people I've talked to believe that they have the capability to do it and may be doing it, but I can't say for 100% certainty that it is being done.
I'm going to have to say I don't believe they're doing it because that would be such a violation of everything in this country. Because that just leads to totalitarianism if that were the case. Anybody could be blackmailed. Anybody could be harmed and destroyed.
Look at tax returns. Look what happened to Mitt Romney's donors. So knowledge is power.
Information about what you do is one thing, but calls, wow. All right, Mr. Tharr, I enjoyed your book, and we appreciate you coming on in.
Thank you.
We come right back.